Let's go fishing. Where the fuck am I? Going up is a sign. Grinding some money since I kind of want to buy a boat and level up, which I'm probably gonna do with just grinding on sturgeons, specifically white sturgeons. They don't take that long, I would say, but they do take some time to get, and most of the time you can only catch them during the nighttime usually. Don't worry about the mission. I'm usually just not really doing the mission, I'm just fishing mostly. Okay. I'm just fishing and streaming for fun. Just doing a little grinding fishing time because as right now my friends are busy, so I'm just gonna play my fishing game. Okay. Yeah, I've just been work was pretty slow too. I didn't really do much. I did.
Trying to say because not the first time that it's pretty sure that it's like not proper when they just throw it like that, but anyways, it's like that, right? And I'm like, it's fine, I'll just go wash it. I like okay, I was like okay, fine, it's fine, I'll just go wash it. As like I took the bag and then as I was walking down the stairs, you paying attention?
Yeah.
As I was walking down the stairs, right, that creature like came in and slammed the door really loud. My eardrum was like beeping. It slammed the basement door real loud. My eardrum was like beeping.
Like ringing?
And huh?
Like it's called ringing.
It was like beep.
Yeah, it's called ringing.
For like a whole like I don't know 30 seconds. I washed up the ice, and then as I was like going upstairs, right, I could hear that creature saying that, oh my gosh, like she's doing this, she's doing that. I didn't do shit. I just took care of Aiden. That's I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
And so the creature was like, oh, she's doing this. Why are you being so nice to her? Blah blah blah. She's like, you guys are always arguing with her. Blah blah blah. Of course we fucking argue. Duh. We're human beings. We're gonna have miscommunication. We're gonna fucking argue. Nobody here is perfect. So I was like, just say anything. Bring the snacks to your room. Put stuff away. And as soon as I put the stuff away, I'm just like, you know what? They're here now. All of that, right? And so actually, I started yapping shit back at her. Because at that point, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Go out in that way, just keep it to myself forever, which I ain't gonna be fucking happy at the end of the day if I say shit. But I started going at it, being like, you don't need to be fucking like getting in everybody's face all the damn time. I was fucking going at it so hard. I was like, you're so fucking stupid for always getting into people's business and then fucking get mad about it. I was like, you're always being a fucking issue to everybody in every single day RJ threw everything I had at it. And the only response it has was go, yeah. So I'm just like, ugh, I don't like dealing with people, but
I was listening. Yeah, it's funny because when I was listening to where her point, like her like not comeback, but her response, it was like
the dumbest shit.
I was like, that doesn't make any sense, homie. Like, you're trying to make it seem like just because you did it in the past doesn't mean it still affects it today. You know, like not slamming the door, but like I think it was slamming the door or something. Or like, you said something about like the door.
Recording?
No, yeah, in the recording you sent me like something about the door, and then
That I looked outside because like the recording started as soon as my mother like left the door, right? So I looked outside to see where she went, and that creature made a comment saying, "Oh, like put your head right there, might as well slam the door in your head."
who was in front of you?
Huh?
Who was in front of you?
The favorite child.
Oh, I was like, all I see was like your dad's feet, and then it went to your like the pants. I was like, what are you recording?
I know. I was just trying to make it look natural, like I wasn't recording.
Yeah, I get it.
I looked out there. That stupid creature made a comment like that.
Uh-huh.
I turned back. He's like, "Motherfucker, stare at that might as well knock you the fuck out. You're gonna keep making stupid ass comments." And then for some reason he's offended that I said that.
You see, guys, it's like, for me personally, my point of view is that I think it doesn't like people stepping up to it or putting it in its place, and when it does, it feels insecure about it, and so when they feel insecure about it, they're gonna lash out.
Because you saw clearly in the video I showed you that thing was saying, "Oh, she keeps saying this. She keeps saying." Obviously, I fucking said that. You fucking made a stupid ass comment.
Yeah.
I fucking said it back to you. You're having an issue about it.
But it's probably because it's insecure about being put in its place.
But that's
So
just not it. I have a whole bunch. I mean, I text you majority of it, but here's the real tea, okay? So I was like, my father was there, okay? He was just saying how like we shouldn't be arguing, we should all just like we're siblings, we're family, we shouldn't be arguing, blah blah stuff like that, right? Which majority of the time I just ignored him. So like the whole entire argument, I didn't hear shit that he said because I was just like blocking it out. Because once again, it's no use, so there's no point in me kind of like paying attention. And so my mother came in and she said, why are you arguing? And then of course I straight up I told her that it's this motherfucker. It's always like saying shit. And my mother's saying that you shouldn't be up here saying shit to that creature. And that creature's saying, it's not my fault. It's her fault. What did I fucking do? So my mother's like, oh, what did she do? And the freaking creature just said, oh, she had Aiden. That was the fucking problem for her.
like she had an issue with you having Aiden.
For real, my face was just so like, the freaking
like the dumbfounded face.
Like yeah, like the troll face that goes like that.
Yeah.
The Asian troll face. Yeah, my face was legit like that. I'm just like, what in the world of dumbass are you freaking saying? Because you're literally just mad. So like, because you're mad. That's just it. You don't need to make it everybody else's fucking issue if you're gonna be fucking mad about it.
Yeah.
So I like legit. I was just looking at like you can't be this dumb. I know that you're dumb, but you can't be this dumb. But if you're gonna be that dumb, then fine. And so my mother went on saying that, yeah, I know. He told her to watch. Like they told me to watch him. And that freaking creature went on saying that, why don't you just ask me? I'm right here. And they told her that, oh, you weren't awake yet. It was like 10, 11 a.m. That fucking creature wasn't awake yet. So they told me to watch him. And that creature had a fucking issue with it. That I was watching him. And it went on saying that, oh, well, I don't like her watching it. I don't want her watching Aiden. No, but you can't fucking control shit just because you don't like it. That's the dumbest reason just to be mad.
That's true. But I feel like also like she's just mad because people like your parents still trust you a little bit more to do stuff more than her. Whereas
obviously the motherfucker doesn't even care. Like he doesn't take Aiden to go pee or poo. He doesn't feed Aiden. I was the one that had to go do that. And it had an issue when I was doing that.
But
I just turned on TV staying for like the past 5 hours. He didn't freaking feed Aiden and he was hungry as fuck. I had to go feed him.
Yeah, but the thing I don't understand about your parents is that they get pissed off when the problem becomes bigger than it should have become. You know what I'm saying? So what I like always thought is like, how are your parents gonna sit there and get mad at
Oh,
like?
I'm not done though.
Oh no, I know, but I'm just saying like, how are they?
Because the videotape that I cut. I'm just saying. Okay,
I know.
but I missed out one thing that was very funny is that before my mother came in, wait, my mother came in, but it was during when I was saying this stuff, and I said, "What is your fucking issue? Your fucking issue is like, what is your fucking issue?" Really? I just looked at it, and she just said, "Obviously, I don't like it." I said, "You don't even fucking have issue. You just wanted to butt into business that doesn't fucking involve you." Like I straight up told everything that I've been just telling you for like the past while, saying that you just butt into business that doesn't fucking involve you, or when you want to fucking get mad about it, when it doesn't fucking involve you. I was legit shouting that
I
shit.
mean, it does.
You know? Yeah, and
Technically.
you've been doing that for one whole fucking year.
Not even 1
You're
year.
just entitled to fucking do that shit just because you.
Not even a year. It's more like 2 or 3 years because she butts into our relationship shit.
Yeah, like that was the beginning of it.
And we've been dating for a year and a half already.
Yeah.
I just noticed my birthday's next week already.
I know, right? So exciting.
Dude.
I need to talk about that.
I'm
Okay,
fucking
but
old.
then, no, you're only 23. The fuck are you talking about? Not old.
Yeah.
But as I was saying that, right? My mother walked in, and that creature said, and I was saying like, oh yeah, you know, like you blah blah blah. Yeah, I said all that, and then, and I said it's like it's not in your business, you know. And then I don't know what my father said, but then she said, oh, it's because you don't really respect me as your older sister, and I just told you you don't fucking deserve respect. And then the creature went on saying that you don't respect me, you don't even respect mother and father, and I just told her that you don't even fucking respect them. I don't fucking respect you because you don't deserve respect. You don't even fucking respect them. So why would I be respecting you when you don't fucking respect them? And then she went on saying that yeah, I do respect them. And then of course I turned over and I asked mother, yeah, do you feel respected by this thing over here? And my mother said like the most shittiest thing ever. She went on saying that yeah, that creature doesn't even call me mother anymore. And I was like, yeah, motherfucker, respect my ass. You don't fucking respect her. And she birthed that freaking big of a person, and you don't even respect her. You like I said that to her. I like you don't even fucking respect her. She birthed you. And then I don't remember what exactly happened. I was just remember just like shouting because I was so mad. And then you know I was just my parents was like you know just be quiet. And they're about to handle it slowly. So I just stood by the door like this for like I don't know. The next 3 minutes my mother was shouting. Like things that my mother actually was sensible during the situation. She was like, we know what you're trying to do. And she went on saying that you're always causing trouble when you're up here. Like when you come up here, you're always causing trouble. So you need to change your attitude, or else, like I told you, or else we're gonna call the Hennepin County to come drag your ass out of here. And I swear God, I was like,
I don't think it's the county you call. I think it's like it's something else you call.
She didn't say the county, but she said call Hennepin mental something.
It's a mental institution.
Yeah, she said
it's called.
Call them.
So the word's called it's called the nice word to call it is like a mental institution, but the mean way to call it is called psych ward.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that. She didn't know. She just said the mental like place
Mental.
drag her ass out of here, and I was like, please do it because thing was that when she said that, the teacher went on to say, oh yeah, let's do it because my mother said, yeah, if you want to argue so much saying that it's everybody else's fault, let's go call in a professional and decide who's right and who's wrong. I swear to God, she was like, do it. And
the funny thing is though, you know the crazy thing is, I feel like, you know how the movies kind of portray the psych wards as like they drug the shit out of you? I kind of feel like they still do that. Like they drug you, not drug you, but like they put you under certain medications so that you can kind of be normal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I don't know if that's for sure.
I mean, depending on what your diagnosis or your situation, I guess you could say.
That's true.
Let's go not your disability, your disorder or something wrong with you, I guess. And so after that, I remember my mother was just like arguing hard with this creature because this creature keeps going saying that yeah, I just don't like her. You're not even understand. Like legit, she was like doing this, like pointing at my mother's face. You looking? She was like doing this, like pointing, like going like really hard
Why?
I don't know, like you were just going at it, like no shame at all. And it was so pure. My mother was like, "Don't like stop fucking pointing at me."
Uh,
And he said, "You're pointing at me first. Motherfucker, she birthed you. She has like every right to at least like lecture you or like teach you to be a better person. You don't need to be throwing that shit back at her." But once again, I didn't say shit. My mother went on saying that if you're just gonna be fucking this fucking disrespectful, then like you don't need to stay here.
mm,
And I said privately. And then my mother went on saying that I birthed you. You shouldn't be disrespectful and actually listen. And I kept on going saying that I'm not trying to argue with you. You just need to listen to me. You need to listen to me. No, because we just fucking told you the issue. The issue is that you're being a problem. That you're causing problems to other people for no fucking reason. That's the issue. Not because nobody listens to you, because you're just being a fucking like ass. You're causing issue. That's why. And my mother made it clear that that she needs to change his attitude. If we want the problem to be solved. But no, that Gucci doesn't want to listen because once again, that's not the fucking problem.
yeah.
And so after my mother like kept like arguing back and forth, she gave up. She looked almost like she was about to cry. She walked out of the room, and I was about to throw hands, bro. Because if that stupid ass fingers of her touches my mother, I'm about. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
That's why, like, that's the same thing with me with, but that's not, so for me it's different. Me, it's more like the shitty people my mom chooses, okay? If they kind of like step up to my mom or they try to do something to my mom, no matter how big they are, I always try to put them into place. I always like step up to them.
But right now we're not talking about.
No, I'm just like you stepping up to
What if
defend.
she had a kid that tried to go up against her?
Yeah, but I'm just saying like you defending like.
Let's say this. Like if she had a daughter with one of her ex-husbands, and supposedly it was a daughter, right? She's like 5 years old. She's super like. She doesn't like listen. She's always complaining. She's always this. She's always that. Arguing with her mother. And like one day you guys get into a bad argument. She's saying that I don't know fucking you're my mother. You're always doing this. You're always doing that. You don't even care about like causing issue. What would you say? Whose side would you be on? Your mother, obviously.
Yeah, because it's my mom.
It's still your half sibling, which means by blood. You know.
They're only half blood. But for me personally, if I had a sibling just like that, they're not my sibling because even okay, I'll tell you what the funny thing is. Even though me and my little brother are only half brothers, we are alike. We have good hearts. We have good like, we are good people. Yeah, we were raised pretty decently. We're raised like with both parents. Obviously, we didn't have a dad, but that's fine, you know. But what I'm saying is that personally, I feel like if I had a sibling who would like disrespect my mom and disregard her, like being a parent to them, then we as the other siblings won't probably look at that sibling the same way because we were raised better than that, right? We were taught better than that, right? So I feel like if that sibling is doing that to our mom, then obviously they have something wrong with them, because there's no way how the three of us, okay, me and Charlie, me and God mostly, because we were mostly raised by my mom, but between the brothers, we're pretty decent human beings, okay. We like if we see something wrong in our eyes, we'll do something about it, right? We won't just sit there and just let shit happen, right? Obviously, but but I feel like there shouldn't be there shouldn't be any circumstances where a child should like say those things, say certain things to a parent, unless okay, the parent is unfit to be a parent. That's it.
Yeah.
But if a parent does what they could, and they like, if they at least try to be a decent parent, then there shouldn't be a certain stance where that child is like saying something out of pocket or like mean things like that. Because I know there's parents out there who shouldn't be parents. I know for sure.
My father.
Your dad,
Father?
provides. He's just not.
Provides, but
He
he's
just.
not a good parent.
He's just not a good support. He has no good support.
So he sucks at supporting.
But.
Like last time when I argued with him,
Mhm.
he was so like, okay, he didn't care to hear me out. He didn't care to know what happened. He just wants to tell me, oh, just do this, you know? I might just do this so that you can be a good child. If you're not gonna fucking listen, how are you supposed to know what the fuck is going on in anybody's life?
Yeah.
Because last time we argued, was because he doesn't fucking care to listen. He doesn't fucking care to know what the situation is. He just wants to tell us, okay, this is the situation. Okay, what I'm saying is right, just follow.
Mhm.
That's why I got angry, because he doesn't fucking listen. As for my mother, she listens, but she's like she has no power to do anything. And
Yeah, but she
won't
also has a lot
listen.
of kids
What
too,
do you
so
want me to
she's
do
also
about it?
like her attention span is like every single little kid. It's just spread out
Yeah.
so much that she can't focus on one thing.
But that's not the thing. The thing is that like for her, she's kind of like not selfish, but she's more like I don't know how to say, but like not the best at like giving you good advice. Like she'll give you advice, but then at the same time, if you tell her, oh, I don't know what to do, can you like help me with this? She'll just kind of like throw in your face like, what do you want me to do? You know, she just kind of throw at you, even though you just ask her, like, can you do this or like how are you gonna do this? She'll just like legit throw at you. What do you want me to do?
Mhm.
Like, I know you ain't that smart, but you don't need to ask me back something that I'm trying to ask you for.
Yeah. I don't. I just. Like I said, everybody's point of view.
They're talking about us right now. My mom's talking about us right now.
What about us? We're not even arguing.
No, not us, not us. The argument from this morning.
Oh, to your dad or to your dad's at work?
Hold on.
Bro, this guy's name is. This guy's name is Tote Baz. That's fine. This is how it is, my wife. It's just how it is. Like,
Bro, it's like talking to someone who thinks the earth is flat. Like, you're dumb. Like, can't be that dumb. Or you're dumb and you're gonna be stubborn about it. Like, otherwise you like, you should be no, the earth is flat. The earth is flat. The earth is flat. That's it. The earth is flat.
no, it's like this. It's like this. It's like sending them to space, making them see the Earth as a ball, like a sphere, coming back to Earth, and then coming back and saying it's still flat. I'm like,
It's just so freaking annoying because that's exactly what that creature is doing. Like, you can't be that stupid.
mm-hmm.
And then the favorite child over there is like so pathetic too. Because this morning, the whole entire time that we were arguing, like I told you, oh, thinking that it's God, just saying that, stop arguing, just apologize. Thinking that it's gonna fucking do shit. No, it's just getting ignored, that's it.
Your family is so
Weird. I know that.
like each of you guys have your own personality that does not correlate with your parents.
Oh, the favorite child is very non-biasedly, like my father, but very like invading of privacy and business, like my mother.
I guess that's
And
true.
what I mean by that, yeah, and what I mean by that is that like you know like when you hear people's business that doesn't fucking involve you, but then you like just start arguing with them just because you want to. Yeah, it's like that. Like that, the favorite child is like that. Like I was arguing with my mother earlier, and then that their favorite child just all of a sudden hopped in and started saying random stuff. Like you should not do this, you should not do that. It doesn't fucking involve you. Everything we were talking about does not fucking involve you at all.
Yeah.
And he just walked in and started saying a bunch of stuff. Like you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. A child is on blah blah.
Like
And
if
once
they
again,
shouldn't be always in
Yeah.
everybody's business or some shit like that.
yeah. I mean, even back when I was in high school, I used to kind of be like that. Where like if I hear a business, I kind of just kind of like budget. I used to be like that, but then when my friend, who is a year older than me, she told me that like people who are like that get hated on a lot because they always blah blah. And so she told me that
Nosy.
yeah, and she told me that like, and I think she told me something kind of like, if it ain't your business, you don't need to be like, you don't need talking.
Mm.
So I've always kind of just like, if it ain't my business, I'm gonna be. I like, if it doesn't, it's not my business, and if it doesn't involve me, I ain't gonna say shit.
Yeah.
So it kind of shut me off for like the past years of my life. It kind of shut me off. And I think my father, I don't know if I'm like him or not. I have a lot of his features, like physical features, but I'm not like him at all.
Aiden looks like your both your brothers look like your dad.
They do. Have you seen my brother's ID, Jack's ID? I don't think you have, but
No.
he looks exactly like a total copy paste of his father. When I saw his ID for the first time, because I don't know, but it's like a total copy paste. I was like, what the frick? Total copy and paste, which is kind of cool. What about you?
I don't look like my dad. I'm not a copy and paste. I might look like him a little bit.
And we'll see about that.
I might look like him a little bit, but I'm not a copy and paste. You know, at least like you know how people mostly say like at least one of your sons should look like you, like copy and paste. That's exactly my little brother. He's a copy and paste of my stepdad.
God.
Literally,
I saw.
God's a copy and paste of my dad. Like it's so funny.
Your other father, I was like, God damn, like I could like the resemblance, like total copy and paste.
But he has a better personality. My little brother has a better personality.
But it's nice because once again, your mother is.
But that's the thing. See, the good thing I kind of like that I'm like happy about is that my little brother got both the good things, the good parts of both of my parents. He got the looks and the height from my stepdad. And he got the brain from my mom. The bad parts I don't know yet because he's still young, so I don't know the bad parts yet. But hopefully he does not. Oh, go ahead. I don't. I'm just fishing. That's probably because of trauma, though. He has attachment issues too. As a heads up. And my mother obviously telling her how she feels, saying that if she's not gonna talk to me, it just means that she doesn't love me, that she hates me. And the three others keep going, that's not hate at all. That's not hate at all. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, your family is. Man, it's so.
It's called avoidance. It's just called avoidance. You could have just said that.
Yeah, it's avoidance, but it's also the
Because
fact.
you don't want to like have issues with stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's not really hate, but at the same time, it's not like not hate.
It is also hate a little bit.
Yeah, it's because you obviously don't like the other person.
You don't like the person. You don't want to talk to the person. I know, cause that's the same way with my stepdad. I don't talk to my stepdad anymore. He's out of my face. Out of my face. Well, you're fine. I'm playing Pokemon and I'm fishing the same thing. I'm catching a Tapu Koko right now. Trying to catch a shiny. Yep, I think in another couple of weeks I'm gonna go fishing again. In real life though.
When I was being so freaking stupid, remember?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go with all the cousins again. It's gonna be an April trail. They're gonna be gone already. Yeah, because I was gonna originally I was gonna try to go fishing with mom and them for one day, but I was like, nah, it's okay. I don't want to bore them. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't want to bore them, so I was like, I'll just go fishing. I don't want them to. I think there's Bonchon in Chicago. I think. I'm not sure. It's bomb as hell, bro. Every time I go to Minnesota, I get Bonchon. I spend like 50, 60 bucks on Bonchon. I get Taboki. Is it called Taboki? Taraboki? Minnesota's cool. Don't get me wrong. Chicago is I will say Chicago does have its downfall on certain things. Yeah, it's like a little red sign kind of ish. But oh boy, Bonchon is fire. But how are we gonna do the rides? How are we gonna do the travel? Because if Auntie Amy's gonna join us for most of the stuff, all our family is gonna fit into one car, and then you, me, and Gao would have to drive my car. Huh? You're dumb. It's mom. Ah, shit, I forgot to take my anchor off. Fuck. Did I really forget my anchor? Oh, I'm so stupid. But no, what I'm saying is that if we go to Chicago, the day we go to Chicago, Dad's just gonna be mom's gonna drive one car, I'm gonna drive my car, and so we both have to take two cars there. See? That's up to her. It'd be cheaper. No, but if we're gonna do the escape room, obviously Auntie and them are gonna be there. Me too. You know how hard is it for me to wake up every single fucking morning and drop them off? It's not hard, it's just tedious. She says she has to finish her hours first. Because they already paid for it. And so she wants to finish her hours. But I'm trying to just go straight into your ID. Not ID. Go get your license right away. It's better than just waiting and waiting and waiting. No, she just takes behind the wheel test and that's it. Actually, I don't even think she has to take the test. Wisconsin still has where the parents can write your license off. No, there's some teenagers. No, because when COVID hit, nobody was doing behind the wheels tests. Obviously, I still consider COVID. Is this a sturgeon or is this a fucking carp? I think this is a fucking carp. Looks like a carp. Yeah, but you know, there's so many shitty fucking teenager drivers out here, man. It's so fucking annoying. One, I'm like, how can you guys afford a car unless one of your parents don't work? Which makes sense because a lot of people out here don't work. Yeah. That too. That too. Fuck. Yeah. Like when I drop off Gorgeous them to school, man, there's like hell of people at the high school that has cars. I was like, man, either y'all are pretty wealthy or y'all just fucking have parents who did not work. You just take their car. No, some of them have pretty nice cars. Don't get me wrong. Some of them do have pretty nice, decent cars. Okay, yeah, that's Clovis, dude. Clovis used to have like the rich boys. I know because I went to Kasner. Kasner had rich kids too. Obviously, Charlie. Nobody in high school can have that much money, especially back in that timing. Yeah, that too, but you still can afford fucking Lamborghini and Porsches and shit like that back in high school, dude. Even if you're selling drugs, you can't fucking make that much money. No, because you can't use dirty money. You have to laundry it. There's a whole process for it. Don't ask me how I know. I just know. But you just gotta laundry. You have to laundry the dirty money to clean money, so you can even use it in your thing. Stupid anchor. To fuck up its anchor off.
Wanna have this thing that I kick my children out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously she doesn't want to have that thing where she kick people out because once again she get judged for it, so she didn't want to do that. And then the favorite child goes on saying that if they're not gonna freaking get along, if they're not gonna respect you, then might as well kick them out. You know, like it doesn't matter what they happen to them, you know, it's just gonna be like that. Then you might as well kick them out. And for it starts piss me the fuck off.
Yeah, but okay, my perspective is a little harsher than your perspective. Is that sometimes kids, obviously kids, do need a push. Okay, my perspective is that my mom pushed me a ton. Okay, that's why I that's why my perspective is a little harsher than some people, because when I was 18, even before I was 18, I already had a job, right? And so I already worked and worked and worked and saved up, right? And so when I turned 18 and my mom was still married to her ex-husband, right? They kept like pushing us where we couldn't take their BS anymore, right? Made us move out of the house because we couldn't take enough of their BS, right? That's the reason why I moved out over here, because I couldn't take enough of their BS, and I couldn't afford to live in California by myself, obviously, right? And I would say I can get my friends to, you know, be roommates, but they weren't ready for it until just last year, right? Not even last year, just like a couple months ago. They just barely moved out just a couple months ago, right? I've been ready to move out ever since I was like 19, 20, when I had a full time job, right? But during that time, I lost my job because of COVID, obviously. So I lost my job. But besides the point is, like, I think everybody's point of view of kicking out their kids is not technically kicking out their kids. I think my perspective is that parents do that so that it scares the kids to work harder for themselves, right? Because you can there's Aiden, but what I see is that parents just want their kids to be able to support themselves, because at the end of the day, if if something happens to their parents and they're no longer in that kid's life, they want to know they just want to know that their kids are okay to take care of themselves, right? The reason my perspective is like that, because my mom taught me to do that. My mom taught me to work hard, because just in case something happens to her, then I'm able to work hard for myself, take care of myself, pay all my bills, have food on the table, you know, and stuff like that, right? That's how I've always worked, right? That's how I've always take care of my little brother. If he wants food, I buy him food. If my mom's struggling a little bit, I give her money, right? There's not enough. Um, there's there's always gonna come a time where you are gonna have to help somebody else, right? And that's just life, right? And so, as long as you take care of business, what you have to do for yourself, that's good, right? If you go to work, come back home, you cook and clean or whatever reason what you do after work, and that's fine. But as long as you have a house over your head, you have food on your table, right? And that's fine. That's the reason why I say pushing your kids to do stuff, scaring them maybe, is good. Okay, because in all reality, you have to be ready for the when you have to be ready no matter the circumstances of life, right?
Not what I was talking about.
Kind of, because you said that your mom is gonna feel bad about kicking out her parents. It's not about
I didn't say she was gonna feel bad. I just said she didn't want to get shamed on by the other people. She was
yeah,
selfish.
and that's just Hmong people though.
Yeah.
Hmong people are very toxic.
Yeah, so what I'm just saying is that the other discussion is just kind of like inputting her opinion, because once again, I will say kick out the $30 because once again, because she's so independent and like fuck you guys, like don't need to fucking fight her back. You know, but once again, that's just my opinion. Not gonna really put it onto anybody's face. Because once again, it just feels it's so great, not just because it's stated by both my parents, because once again, it's so great, it's capable of doing this, capable of doing that. Just because our parents like her so much, they give her everything, you know. Which once again, if the $30 is to say anything, parents were just like, yeah, I understand that, but blah, blah, blah. It's so freaking annoying because at this point, I'm just like, I get that I'm very, like, I argue with them and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not wrong at all, that I'm, like, I didn't do anything wrong. Of course I argue with them. But once again, with them, I'm gonna fucking argue over, like, stuff like that. But I never said that I hated my mother, that I obviously like her, that I respect her. I respect her all the way through. But I argue with you because she doesn't fucking listen as a fucking human being. That's normal.
Yeah.
But there was never any sense that I showed her that I hate her because I'm annoyed and angry. But she portrayed that as I hate her, I don't respect her, as if I'm the most evilest thing alive. And she portrays it just like that. And so I'm just like, because you're saying that, it's making it look even worse for the situation as it is. And once again, it's making their favorite child have and be like, yeah, just kick them out and let them defend for themselves. Which I'm just like, that's fine, because even if I do kick out, at least I have somewhere to go and like something to do. Unlike that creature, what the fuck is it gonna do? Go under a bridge?
Yeah, but I think the reason why the third eldest can say that is because they're never gonna do that to her, right? So she's never had to.
Obviously.
She's not afraid of them cutting off all ties with. Yeah, so it's like she doesn't have any. She's not gonna put herself in your guys' shoes because your parents are never gonna cut her off, regardless, right? And so she always has that support system, right, from your parents. Whereas you guys don't have that support system from your parents, even though you guys have the same fucking parents, right? But that's because your family plays favorites, right? Obviously.
Just
But
because I actually have a brain to fucking think.
yeah, but that's
The
just
child doesn't. It just plays obedience.
yeah,
Literally
and that's the reality of your family is that they play favorites, and rather if you do ever, even if you become like successful, like the word successful, because everybody's has a different definition of successful, right? But whenever you do become successful, your parents is probably still won't accept you or still like you as their kid, right? They'll just like, oh, now my daughter has, this and that, right? But beforehand, they weren't like proud to have you as a daughter. They weren't showing you off and this and that, right?
It's not even, oh, now that my daughter is like this, it's not even that. It's like, oh, now that she's gotten this from this person, so they don't even have enough, like, they don't even have enough to say that, oh, my daughter's successful. No, all they have is just like, oh, my daughter's successful is from this person.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes.
Yeah.
Because they don't see that we're capable of doing shit. So the only thing they'll see is that, oh, this person helps you, so good job to them. That's it. It's never good job to you because you work so hard. No, it's always, oh, you got it. Okay, good job to this person for helping you. Good job to this person for getting you there.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I know damn well already. Because earlier when I was like, oh, hey, you want to go play, blah blah blah. Obviously my mother made like the worst comment saying that, oh, you don't have money, so like stop asking people like shit. I fucking bought that my own fucking money.
But what?
I went out and fucking bought that my own fucking money. So for you to say that, it's just kind of like.
But what?
You're disrespecting me right in front of my face.
By what?
Huh?
By what?
By what? What do you mean?
You say your mom said something about you buying something and you bought it with your own money.
Oh yeah, I bought like one of those play food thingy.
Oh. Yeah, but my point of view is a little different. Like it's always gonna be different because remember, I have only one mom. Right? Well, I only have one parent, okay? So my perspective is always different. So whether it be like buying something or working for something or whatever it is, right? Whatever the case it is, my mom's still gonna get mad at me. Don't get me wrong. Like I tell you something that happened to us when we went to Disneyland, right? And so obviously my mom she knows how much money I have in my bank account, right? Because my bank account is linked to her bank account, right? Well, under her technically bank account because I was underage at the time when I opened my bank account, right? Because I was like 16, 17 when I opened it, right? And so I opened the bank account under my mom's name, right? But it's still it's my own personal account, but it's under her like a little like she's the main holder, I guess, right? But she knows how much money I have in my bank account, right? And so we went to Disneyland, right? And Charlie wanted to buy a little headband, right? And they're fucking expensive, okay? Those headbands are not cheap, okay? They're like fucking 45, 50 bucks, right? Just a little headband, right? And so my mom told him not to get one because they're too expensive, right? But like, I told my mom, like, I'm gonna buy one because it's for my girlfriend. It's not for me, it's just for my girlfriend, right? And she's like, okay, fine, go ahead. But Charlie couldn't buy one because my mom told him not to buy one, which is kind of funny. But I was like, okay, that's fine, that's understandable, right? Whatever it is, right? And so I spent, I think, $45 on just that headband, which is like an Ariel. I think it was Ariel. What? Little Mermaid, right? I got a Little Mermaid headband for you. I was like, okay, that's fine, right? But everything else, I try to buy more. Like, I try to go get more food or like buy food, but like there wasn't really any good food. Like there wasn't really like there wasn't really like good food at Disneyland, which is kind of funny. But we went out to go eat, so because we had 2 days. I think 2 days. We had 2 days or 1 day. No, we had 2 days of Disneyland, right? We had 2 days or 1 day. Because we were there for 3 days. Yeah. So it was 2 days, right, of Disneyland, right? And so the first day we went to Disneyland, and the second day we went to California Adventure, which is more of the crazy rides and shit like that, right?
So am I comforting you or you comforting me?
I'm comforting you. I'm just talking to you about like just different perspectives. But that's the thing I'm saying about your ongoing issue, okay? Is that your parents are very biased about their kids, right? Or rather, yes, and it's obviously all obvious, okay? But with your parents the way they are, no matter how much you do, how much you show them what a great kid you are, they're not gonna really care, okay? Because they already have a favorite, and they're always gonna have that same favorite until they pass away, right? And that's obvious, right? So no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what you kind of have an issue with,
I bought a $25 bracelet for my mother for Valentine's Day because my father was busy and he didn't fucking realize it was Valentine's Day. I bought it for her and it was in the trash can 2 days later.
yeah,
That hurt my heart real deep.
yeah, but you have to understand that. Okay, so for how I look at it is that because your parents don't see any work from you, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, just because you're my girlfriend, I'm just gonna put it straight forward, is that your parents don't really give a shit about you, and that's honest truth, okay?
What else is that if I have a child who purely sees the wrong and the right, saying that, oh, I'm doing this wrong, and
They don't care.
then yeah, I'll see that. But what they see is that I have an opinion, means, oh, I'm a bad child.
Yeah.
That's all they're
If you have your own life, then oh, you're a bad child. If you go out to go hang out with your friends, oh, you're a bad child, right?
Yeah, I know. I try to tell my father, like, you need to at least listen so that you actually know what the fuck is going on. And he's just saying, saying that, no, we're the adults. We know what's right. We're always right. We know what's right. You should listen to us.
You're an adult. You're over 18.
Yeah, I know. And he's like, you never listen. That's the issue with you. And he keeps saying that it's because you're dumb. That's why you don't fucking know the first rule is to fucking listen to your parents. That's how you freaking go up right and be successful. That's nothing close to it.
Cause that's me in high school.
And controlling that it is just to fucking tell a child that. I grew up thinking that if I don't go to college, I'm gonna fail in life. And as on my senior year, I learned so much from my friends and even their parents saying that college isn't always the only way. And
it's not the only
most
option.
likely it is a scam if you don't have like a legit passion for one thing. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a scam for you. And that's when I'm just like, I don't know if I want to go to college anymore. And legit, I failed the wrong way because I didn't know what I wanted to do. because I watch one thing and then people keep telling me, oh, it's not good. My parents keep telling me, oh, you're never gonna get it. You like it's not good for you. And of course, I change something else, and they keep telling me, oh, you're never gonna reach that. It's not good enough. All these other people fail. You're gonna fail too. And so I'm just like, okay, what am I supposed to do in life?
Just no
You know?
support. You never had the support.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. When I said, I think back when I was like, I think middle school or like starting my freshman year, I told my father that, oh, what happened if I don't go to college? And he was surprised, saying that if you don't go to college, you're gonna fail in life. And I just said, well, I'm not sure if I want to go to college. I just want to like do something else. And then he just said, well, you have to go to college. Everybody goes to college, so you have to. It's a guarantee you need to do. And so I'm just like, I've been stressed because I believed in that shit. I believed in that shit for the next like years of my life, to the point where it was just stressful because once again I was in programs mostly to help me get ready for college, to the point where I almost killed myself because it was too much work for me just so that I can go to college. Because of his manipulation, saying that, oh, if I don't go to college, I'm not in life, and because of how they never let us do anything right, to the point where we're so antisocial that anything they say we believe it. So okay, this is like just a child has spoken, then when we actually say, no, you're wrong, because I actually learned that you can actually do this, you can do this, and they'll tell us that, no, that's not what we're saying is right. Like, I fucking learned that from like a professional, like a professor, and you're telling me that they'll want me to like the logic that you have, I don't know. Like I can have like a paper that says that by law, blah blah blah, and you can tell me that, no, that's wrong. And I'm so confused.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, too, even myself, like, growing up, my mom told us to go to college. All of us, right? Because she went to college herself, right? But personally, growing up, I found that there's always other ways to make money, right? But yeah, college does open doors, right? It does open other doors in your life, right? That can have better options in your life, but it's not the only. It's not guaranteed. Okay. What I've always thought about is after college, okay, most people, okay, 90% of people are
Struggle.
30, wait, 20,000 and up in student debt. Okay, and that's debt. That's not what you that's debt. Okay, that's stuff you have to pay back regardless, right? And so, and these people, yeah, they make good money afterwards. They make decent amount. They don't make like 6 figures right away. They make like 60,000, probably 70,000 a year, right? Which is pretty decent, okay? But that doesn't correlate to living expenses, and on top of that, you also pay for your college debt, right? Whereas if you are just okay, if you look from an 18-year-old who worked right after high school, right? If a person who goes right after high school, they go straight into the work field, right? That's what we call the work field, right? They start working, they make about, let's just say they make $30,000, right? Okay, they make $30,000 just doing whatever it is, right? Just working full time at like some basic job, right? And then move up the ladder, right? So now they're making 50,000 at the age of 21, right? Which is 3 years, right? At 21, a person who went to college is still going to college. Okay, they're not graduating yet, right? Okay, and they're probably $20,000 in debt because that's already 3 years in college, right? And so now one person is making 50,000 with no debt, unless they're financially stupid and they don't know how to fucking budget or anything and they blow off their money, okay? But if you are financially, if you know how to budget your money and you are not blowing off your money, you're not gonna be in any debt at 21 working a full-time job, okay? And then let's go fast forward to another year when that person graduates, right? So that person graduates with their, let's just say, degree in science, right? A bachelor degree in science, whatever that case may be. They're like $30,000 or $40,000 in debt, okay? And you're not hearing me or listening.
Because what are you trying to
I'm just saying. What am I trying to say? What?
Because I already know that the fact that majority of kids who actually do graduate rarely get the job that they're looking for at the moment. Like they have to work their way up again
Yep.
to get the job that they're looking for. I get that, and I get that majority of graduates don't even work a job that they supposedly learned and
Went to
worked
school
hard
for?
to get.
Yeah.
They actually go get another job because the job that they supposedly worked so hard for barely is accepting people to work in it. You know, like a literature major or
No, it's my
biology.
girlfriend.
Well, I'm pretty sure biology is all very acceptable.
Hi, Dom.
Things that
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, that's the same thing with my mom. My mom went to college, right? She graduated 7 years ago, right? In her master's degrees in business administration, right? You know what she does? Huh?
you have to remember
No.
you told me that like 70 times.
Yeah, but and then the funny thing is, it's she has student debt, right? Obviously, everybody does, and she doesn't even use her degree. Her piece of paper that told her that she went to school for this many years and has a degree now, she doesn't even use it.
Saying that father rotting.
No, it's not. No, it's in a nice frame. My mom takes care of her stuff, right? It's a nice frame.
Like I'm just saying, like it just sits there and do nothing.
Yeah, it just sits there and collects
She doesn't
dust.
use
It's
it.
really dusty,
Yeah.
very
She
dusty.
does it.
But she makes good money. Don't get me wrong, but she's not using her degree.
It's because she actually has options and has ideas, and nobody's there pulling her down. It's not her own damage. I'm just saying, nobody's there pulling her down, so she actually does go out there and do something. You know?
No, she makes 6 figures, yo. That's pretty good money,
Yeah.
bro.
Unlike the majority of us, who actually gets pulled down constantly saying that we can't do this, we can't do that, we're gonna fail this, we're gonna fail that,
Because it's
makes us feel as though we're not worth. Like
no support system, and support system is the most. It helps a lot, okay.
it helps.
Within children's having a support system, they actually succeed more than kids who don't have a support system. Actually,
I know.
and that's not me.
I
That's
see that in a lot of
statistics.
my friends.
That's statistics.
Yeah. One of my ex friends back when I was in middle school, she was telling me how she has a bank account, she has a savings account, and I'm just like, ooh, what?
Is she
do you
Mika?
put in there? She's Hispanic. Hispanic.
Yeah, I know, but Hispanics don't usually do that. But okay, does she have a big family or no?
She has like a family like 4 or 5 people.
That's why. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
Most Hispanics who have like 6 kids, they're not gonna have a bank account.
Yeah, but well,
Too hard.
I don't know. It's because her family, I don't know what's up with her family, but the thing is that she's always telling me like, oh, I have a banking account, oh, I have a savings account, my parents made it for me, they did this, they did that. And back then, when I was your age, my mother only had like 5, 6 kids. So Aiden and Kimberly, they weren't even born yet. So she doesn't have that much kids to worry about. But it doesn't make sense that both my parents, once again, they don't know shit about raising a child, so they wouldn't prepare for that. And so of course, I asked her, you don't have a job, how are you getting that? And she says, oh, I get weekly allowance, and my parents set up a savings account so that when I get to college, I get money funds for that. And I'm just like,
That's American. That's American style.
I know, it's so when I got home, I remember like I kept asking, and they just kept saying that, oh, you can't do that. And they just kept saying that, oh, if you want a banking account, you just put money there, you put it in. I'm like, okay, put the money in there because obviously I was like 13, 14, I don't want to work, I can't put money in there.
Yeah.
And so they just said, oh, you can't do it, you have to put this money there. And it's like, I know, that's why you're doing it to help fund us in the future. And they just kept saying, oh, we have too much kids, we can't do that. And when I told them about savings account, they just like, oh, what is that? They didn't fucking know that.
Yeah. My mom knew all of that, right? It's just she didn't have the money because she was a single parent. Yeah. Yeah, I opened my bank account when I was 16. Yeah. I know how much money I put down. I only put $20 because that's all I got. I was a broke ass kid.
the number wasn't like I didn't have phone, you know, so I put in my father's number. He immediately declined it. So I needed to like use my father's number. So and kind of just like I don't know. And so like
Support.
I know. And the thing is that for every other child that's like after me, they like did everything for them. You wanted a car? Okay, let's go to the thing to get you a car. Oh, you want to drive? Okay, I'll help you drive. I help you get your ID and your driver's license. Oh, you want to do this? I'll help you with that. Oh, you want to do a savings account? Okay, let's
Someone
go look
shouldn't care.
at what a savings account does. The
I don't
amount
care.
of shit I could have done with my life if you
Nobody
actually
watches me
offered to
anyways.
fucking understand shit. Like even talking about it makes me feel so emotional because if you just looked at me with hand so that I wouldn't have to like depend on someone else because I don't like depending on other people that I got family and they can just like back out and leave and I'll
Yeah.
just be stranded. So I can't depend on someone else. So I constantly have to go to you guys just to be shut down, which leaves me kind of just like on empty land.
Yeah.
And I
That's
hate it.
and that's
And that's
just
not the thing. That's not the thing that hurts me the most. The thing that hurts me the most is that now that I'm just on dry land and all the other kids are like succeeding what they do because they were actually given a hand to do it. They're pushing that information thing down their throats to succeed. Well, my brown children are successful. I wonder why. When I told you that I wanted to do this, you keep saying I can't do that. When I told you that one time you did here, you don't do that. And then the other time I'm saying that we did help you with your food and we did this and all that for you. Yeah, you did because that's you're providing, that's your job. But
yeah.
ever the only thing that I actually want from you is just to listen and actually support me as a fucking parent. That's it. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking you to drive me all the way across the country to actually do something. No.
Yeah. But here's the thing, okay? What when a parent does not support their kids, it creates my point of view is it creates animosity and hatred to their parents. Okay, that kid is gonna grow up to hate their parents. And that's just based off a lot of other things, okay? When that kid has to grow up to defend themselves from their own parents, okay? They're obviously gonna hate their parents.
I agree saying that kids who grew up not having any help from their parents actually grew up like parting themselves away from their parents. Like
Yeah.
when they get married when they go to college, they part themselves. They never
And
come
then
back.
and then the parents wonder why their kids are so
Yeah.
far apart from them.
I know.
Well,
right?
duh. And that's the reason why in Asian family, a lot of Asian kids do not have a good relationship with their parents. Because growing up, emotionally and mentally support systems from the parents did not exist. That's why most of them do not have a good relationship with their parents. Maybe in life, afterwards, they try to go out of the way to have a relationship with the parents,
Yeah.
but most of the time they didn't even try to have a relationship with their parents, right? Because in Asian cultures, most of them don't have that support. You know, they don't really have what the fuck. Wait, step behind this.
Like I'm not even mad at the fact that oh they didn't just support me. Like the thing that kind of pisses me off like adding more adding salt to the wound. You know, it's not the fact that they just didn't help me or like kind of discourage everything that I do. It's not just that. It's the fact that they legit like let me fall so low and then shame me for being that low. Like they didn't help me, they didn't do this for me, they didn't do this for me. And so of course when I'm just over here kind of like I don't know what to do with my life because you know like every single time I try to do something, they always tell me I can't do it. So I'm just over here like being at my lows, and then they come at me saying that why are you always like that? Why can't you just fucking do this? Why can't you just fucking do that?
Mm.
You know, like you're like it's not even like the point that you just don't help me. It's the fact that you go ahead and shame me for it. You know, saying that I can't do this, saying that I can't do that, and not just that, but it's the fact that you have the audacity that would actually tell you that oh it's because you're not doing this. You have the audacity to fucking say that I don't like you. That's why I'm fucking saying that. I'm legit pissed that because the way I posed like this is because I felt like there was no support from you. So I'm telling you that. And you have the fucking audacity to tell me that, oh, if brain, like everything I just said was false. You
Yeah.
couldn't just brain me the part where I don't like you from.
But
Like
but
what
but can't but
but
look,
see it.
but
You wouldn't see the shit where it says I don't like you, I hate you.
yeah, but look, my wife, look. You see what they make you feel. You see that amount of animosity and like kind of like bitterness to your parents.
Yeah.
And I'm not being like,
Oh, go
and
ahead.
I'm not trying to be an asshole, but that's just how it is, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's just how it is, though, because of what they lacked in as a parent. Okay, and I'm not saying my mom is any better. I'm just saying she at least tried. Okay.
Well, what I can say for the most part is reason why they kind of wait is because once again, the first two children that they gave birth to, such as the first children they gave birth to, it's just kind of like the tryout child. You know, it's kind of like the we don't know what to do, so you do whatever you want, and we kind of judge based on that, so that we can raise the rest better. It's kind of like that. So we're just kind of like the tryout children.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be a trial.
I know that shouldn't be a thing.
I mean, my mom probably did that to me, but that's a different story. Okay, that's a different story.
They don't know how to be parents, and they don't know how to raise children like how society would say how to raise children. You know?
Me, American society.
Huh?
American society, not Asian society.
Because
Asian society would teach you the same way.
I don't know if I told you this before or if I was just thinking about it and I thought I told you, but the thing is that the thing is that if you have like an Asian background or like a specific background and you move to a society where that background doesn't not apply to society, but you still want yourself to be known as that background, you're not gonna live there the way you want to live, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really just say, oh, like I'm not like this place is the problem. No, your background is the problem. Because if you want to have that background, live in a place that actually has that background that respect it. You know, don't move to another place and be like, oh, this is my background. We're gonna stick to it, no matter what society says, and then kind of cause issues about it because your background doesn't fit with society's standard.
I mean,
You know, that's how my that's exactly just
but that's the thing I'm saying too. Like, you know how like see that correlates with like not being like stupid, but like Hmong marriages. You know how like Hmong marriage, like they go over to the village, they kidnap the girl, and go back to their village and they marry her, right? That back in Laos, right? You can't do that in America. You do that, you're going prison. You can't go kidnapping people.
But there are a lot of things that you can do that are still legal.
Not really. Like what?
The only thing is that you can't expect yourself to have this specific background living in a society that doesn't have that background and say, oh, society is the problem.
Yeah.
We're living so unhappily because society is the problem. You can't say that because that's like that's kind of like parents kind of policy. If he thinks that if a child listens to him and does whatever he says, they're gonna grow successful. That's not it. They're gonna grow successful maybe in like Thailand.
In your point of view.
I would say that this thing is fun and he could be the next chief because he's like such like that. But here, that shit don't matter. I can listen to you all I want, but that's like a company right here. I just listen to you. I can't fucking succeed if you don't know how to fucking succeed.
Mm-hmm.
I get that you want to college and all that stuff like that, but if you can't be a good parent, don't be giving advice to your children, like lecture them about stuff that not like where they gonna be succeeding in life.
Yeah.
And then that's what always comes out of it. And that's exactly how the favorite child is doing. Like he goes on saying a bunch of shit just because it thinks, and then try to shove it down people's throat, and then it doesn't get it doesn't get like what's the word? Probably like acronym.
I'm get in trouble or I'm get disciplined.
Public he doesn't get maybe whatever it wants, and it won't get it. Like literally just how Asians that you have to sit down and look at someone else go down just because they're chosen and either the being miserable in life is good and try to and be miserable but at least he's successful.
But that's just all about mental health. So
I'm not saying that has been an issue. I mean, I literally do that's the English stuff.
but have you look at your own family?
I know that a whole family majority of us have anger issues from my mother, but that's mainly it. As for me, I know I have anger issues.
mental health can be just not from just anger. It can be from emotionally. It can be
Oh,
from
I know that.
triggers.
I know what I mean. I know I have like trauma. It doesn't matter, but yeah. And I guess I have like side tracks like this trust issue. That's also like a diagnosis.
No, but from the root of it, like there's certain things that are the root from the parents, like the main source, like the main reason why you have certain things is because of the parents, right? So these certain things, like for me, okay, like I'm just gonna compare with you and me, okay? My anger issues, my anger issues come from like my parents, right? Snapping at certain things, getting mad at each other, and just throwing shit, breaking shit in the house, right? That turned out to be me in high school. When I was mad, I would break shit, I would punch walls, I would do a lot of stupid shit, right? That I'm not proud of, but that's because it's just I grew up in that environment, so that's the only thing I know, right? And so, same thing with you guys, right? You guys have a different way of going at different things, right? When you guys get pissed off, you guys just shut your.
You know that. You know that.
But that's because, but with your parents, you can, your the effect of your parents have not being your support system causes you to be in a certain way, right?
I mean, I will say that for the most part, the majority of us are like my mother with anger issues and stuff like that. It's because she's the one that raised us. My father's always busy, and he's always like doing his own thing. He doesn't even raise us. Like, on the weekends when he's home, he spends time with us. You know, he takes us out and stuff like that. But he never sat down and had like a full-on conversation or like chat with us, laugh with us, play games with us. He doesn't fucking do that. He did that when we were little, but when you like, I think from like ever since Aiden was born, he's been super just on his own, doing his own thing. That he didn't spend time with us to the point where we never get to build like a bond or like understanding of our father. So majority of us we're just like my mother because we were raised by her.
Yeah,
You know.
I get that. But what I'm going back to is like the trauma that your parents have caused you. Because we all have trauma. Whether if your parents are the best parents in the world, you still have trauma regardless, right?
You're a failure.
Not a failure, but your trauma builds your
No,
character.
that's me, for real. Like, that's a trauma response. Because every single time we fail on something, they don't just say, oh, it's okay, you can try again. No, they will legit shame us to the core. Say that, oh, it's because you're never good at this, you're never good at that. You don't do this enough, you don't do that enough.
Yeah, so
Like,
putting you down, right? And
yeah,
as
so
parent,
it's just like this fear of
as
failure.
parents, you should be putting down your kids.
I think, I don't know, I don't know, but like, I just remember like, when I got like a B on my math. Was it math? I think it was math. Math stuff. I was so scared. I just like ripped up my thingy because usually like every single month we would show them my report cards and stuff like that. I would rip that shit up because I was so scared of showing it to them because they don't just be like, oh, that's B, that's fine. No, they would just say that, you know, like, we didn't raise you to be bad at this, we didn't raise you to be bad at that.
Oh, my mom just told me, I know you're smarter than that, and that's it.
I know you're smarter than that. I ripped my pussy open for you because of that big damn head of you have.
No, my mom knows that, like, okay, my mom knows I'm
Is that head that
smart.
big?
No. Okay, my mom and my little brother knows I'm smart. I just don't imply my smartness into what I'm doing. I don't imply my brain.
Your head is big though.
My head is big, but what I'm trying to get at is like, at least my mom, I had a pretty decent support system from my mom, right?
Which is good.
Which is cool. Like, I'm glad I had her, right? But I think every child out there has different obstacles, right? And what I'm saying is that your parents, even though you have both, okay, and you always told me this, is that even if you have both, it doesn't mean you're better off, right? And that is true, okay, that is true. That sometimes even have both parents doesn't mean you have a better life, right? But what I'm trying to get at is that, but I feel like sometimes we make our life based off what we grew up in, right? And I've heard all my life that I shouldn't be like this, I shouldn't be like that. If you know, my parents weren't married, they got a divorce, my parents were separated. You know, like the statistic stuff where like kids who are raised in a broken home don't really turn out to be successful or well off or whatever, right? And that's BS, right? In my point of view, that's BS.
I have a question.
That's
Sorry,
it.
I have a question. If I do move in with you, then move back, so I don't understand move back, right? Will you be okay with that?
Huh?
Like if I do move in with you for like a couple months and then I come back, are you gonna be okay with that?
Couple months? What the fuck is that? What?
Because my life is here in Minnesota. I
Yeah.
wanna ask you to move back.
And then I told you, I don't mind moving there after I finish my school. Because it allows me
No,
to have.
me.
No, but. See, here's the thing I kind of get a little irritated, okay? Is that I already told you that I don't mind moving back to Minnesota or to Minnesota. But that's after I finish my school. Because I need to support myself out there, I don't want to be able to
I know that.
move
I'm
out.
not forcing you to move out here. And I'm not telling you what you have to do. No, I'm just saying that what I'm thinking is that if I move out there with you for a bit, kind of just like do my own thing so that, you know, I don't have people pulling me down. Kind of just do my own thing for a bit. But then I'm going to move back here to kind of like start working over here, building shit up for myself, you know?
I know, and that's fine. But what I'm saying too is that we could do that together once we finish our school. Cause school can you can do us we can do our school stuff anywhere, right? But what's important is finishing it, using that piece of paper to open more doors for us to have more income. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we aren't financially struggling when we live in Minnesota.
But you know, I can't do that without my parents' information. So if I move out there,
Well, you can.
Huh?
You can. When you apply for school, just say you're living on your own. And so when you put
no, I
living,
meant for student aid.
you can.
So how do you do that?
For student aid, all you do have to do is put your personal income, because what my mom told me is that this year, because I'm living on my own, is that they would just go based off of me and my
I
income.
don't have a what is it called, like a
A W-2 form.
W4? Oh, whatever. Yeah.
You don't have an
They said
income.
I need to have like a year history within the 20. I don't know what year specifically from the recent year that you've been working to see your income to see if you're eligible for depending on like eligible for a certain amount of
Yeah, but
money to give you. I don't have that.
that's the point when you can start doing that.
Yeah, but I don't have for the recent year. So what am I supposed to put in there?
It's not for the reason. It's just for that entire year. Okay, so because
That entire year.
but that's the reason why. So, but here's what I'm saying again. You keep going on a different subject. Okay, here's what I'm gonna look at. Okay, because I've been working the last year. Okay, and going to school. Last year I put my mom's, right. So this year coming up for fall, right? The fall season of the fall semester for school, they will go based off of my income because I've been living on my own for a whole year already, right? Where you, as for you, when you start living by yourself, okay, a year from that and that semester after that year, that's when they go based off of your own income because you live on your own. You don't live with your parents anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm trying to tell you that I don't even have the income for the year, for the next year to even put down.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Start now.
I'm working this year, and because the semester starts within like after summer. What the fuck am I supposed to put down? Nothing.
No, you put down your parents for now because I don't know how you.
So I can't even put down that information.
But
They're being stupid.
well, that's on them because you can't. I don't know why your parents are like that, but look, okay, my FAFSA is connected, not connected, but my FAFSA is connected with my mom's, right? So my mom has her own FAFSA account because it's under mine, like it's supposed to help me, right? So when my FAFSA, when it tells me, oh, we need your parents' information, right? And I only put my mom because she's the only, she has, she's the only, she's my guardian, right? The only guardian, right? And so I put I only put her information, right? And so they go based off of her account. So she goes into her account, she updates whatever she has to update financially, right? All her financial stuff. Then it goes back into financial aid, FAFSA, obviously. They'll look at it and go based off of her account, right? What the difference is that you have two parents, right? So they will go based off of both your parents. The thing is though, your parents don't, I don't know how good their English or their understanding of what FAFSA is. Yeah, but I don't think FAFSA exists in college. I don't think FAFSA existed in college. Yeah. But student loans is different from FAFSA though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay. But like I'm saying is that your financial aid will be based off your parents. But even if your parents never really like, okay, yeah, but what did you do last year when you went to school?
What did I do last year?
Yeah, how did you do your FAFSA? Huh?
My counselor did it for me.
Your FAFSA?
What FAFSA? Yeah, she was the one that set up all that stuff because I didn't know shit about it.
Do you know what FAFSA is?
It's the government account for students.
No, it's
Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm getting mixed up.
FAFSA. FAFSA.
Oh, AA.
No, not AA. FAFSA.
Yes. So
It's financial aid for students who are going into college, right? Every student who is going to college, regardless if it's a university, CSU, whatever these major college, right? You should have an account, okay? FAFSA allows you to get support from the government for you to go to college, okay? Regardless if your parents make 6 figures, 5 figures, or make no money, right? You should have an account and the government will give you money regardless, right? Because my mom...
You have what?
What are you even trying to do, yo?
Search up my stuff.
Okay, FAFSA is government aid. That's what they call it. Okay, it's government aid for students who are going to college. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's based off of... Most of the time, it's based off your parents if you're 18 and still living with them, right? But if you're not living with them, okay, you would have to input your own, like, financial stuff, and they go based off of yours, okay? What I'm telling you is that you should have one already. I don't know what happened or why you don't have one, but you should have financial, or you should have FAFSA, right?
Why?
Did you not hear a single thing I just said?
Why you said I should have one?
Because you went to college, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember having anything like that.
And so, how did you...
Because I don't keep track of that shit. Sorry. I don't know. Because a lot of the things that I did was because other people helped me.
You're
with it.
blowing
So
my brains
I
out
don't
right now,
remember
bro.
shit. All I remember is that like teacher was just like, "Mom,
You're
I'm
blowing my brains off, my wife. Okay.
sorry."
Okay.
That's
Okay.
not American.
How did... Okay, but you have a boyfriend who goes to college, and
Sorry.
your boyfriend has a mom who also helps a lot with college stuff, okay?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, how did you pay for college for the last year, 2 years that you went?
First of all, majority like two of the classes that I did have, they were actually just because what is it? They give out to like students who are gonna graduate, and because if they did like the program like I told you, they give those supposedly free classes.
But you graduated like 3 years ago, yo.
Yeah.
I
And if
forgot.
you program for 4 years, for
I
what?
forgot COVID hit, so everything disappeared.
exactly.
Forgot.
So
Never.
the thing is that COVID hit, right? I was actually like everybody was like isolated from everything else. So they were just like, right? I had to actually graduate during the summer. And so during that time, I was actually just like, I couldn't go anywhere, so I just and so I did this program for like 4 years, and I just abandoned it because it wasn't helping. And so I only got two free classes, but then
But then last year when you were going to school,
oh, I was going to the academy.
what's that academy?
Huh?
What's the academy?
The academy also helps you get into college.
So you weren't going to college, you were just going to academy.
The academy gives us classes to prepare us for college.
Wait, what? It gives you what?
It gives you classes and preparations for you for college, and it also helps you.
So it's not a college though. It's just.
It's not a college. I didn't say I was going to college. I said I had school stuff.
But academy is not a school. Academy is.
No, academy is not a school. But I said
It's like
I
a
had
prep
stuff
school.
'cause they give you everything.
It's prep. It's prep school.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is that I have to do that so that I can prepare for college. But then again, I'm sorry, but my brain is like a rock. I mean, my brain is a rock. That everything that they did for me for like almost like the whole entire year, I forgot everything.
Okay, I'll help you set up your FAFSA because you need your FAFSA in. You need your FAFSA
All I'm
ASAP.
saying is that the whole year that I was actually preparing myself was this is the year that I fucking dated you and had a bunch of issues because of you. So majority of things that I had to go through was also based off of trauma that I dealt from you to the point where I don't remember most of the shit that I had.
Okay, but anyways, you need to set up your FAFSA as soon as possible so that when you do sign up for colleges or sign up for
I
college.
don't even know what college I'm going to because the college that I wanted to go to didn't have the major or like the degree that I wanted it.
Okay, well, what degree do you want to go into?
Huh?
What degree is that?
They're called it's not a degree. It's basically a certificate and it's called being a data analyst. Or I could go be an accountant.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this much right now, okay? Don't do certificates at the moment.
I said it could be.
I know it could be, but I'm saying don't do certificates because it's unless that same class. So how my mom explained it is, if you're going to a certificate, you can go into it, but as long as those classes you get that you took for that certificate can carry over into an associate or a bachelor's degree, right? But if it doesn't, don't do that certificate. Go for an associate degree so that when you do go back to school, if you do, your classes that you took for your associate can go transfer to be in a bachelor's degree. Okay, that's how I'm gonna explain to you. Okay, so
But hell, I'm going to school for 2 freaking years. I don't want to do that.
and I don't want to, but I have to because your associate degree, which is minimum of 2 years or so, depending how long, like how many classes you take at a time, your associate degree opens up doors for you, right? And so when these open up doors for you, you get better paying jobs, what helps you move up the ladder, what helps you live better off, right? I'm just saying this because you want to be able to.
Bro, but I hate school so much.
Yes, everybody. I hate
Like,
school too.
It's so dumb.
I hate school
Like,
too.
It's literally so
But I just do what I have to do because I know.
It's literally like, give us a 3-page, reasoning on why this is a bear. It's like that.
But I use the internet to help me.
Not the point. The point is that it's just like the dumbest.
Yes. I understand. School sucks ass. Yeah, I understand.
It's a freaking ripoff.
I'm 23 next week, and school's ass, right? I've been going to school for like the last 3 months, right? But here's the thing about college, from my perspective, is that it's not necessarily to succeed in life, but it opens up.
It mainly is to succeed in life.
No, there's other ways to succeed. You can open it.
Your voice just cracked.
You can open like a business. You can move up a ladder. You can move up in a.
Opening a business takes forever.
It doesn't
You have to work
actually.
on this, you have to work on that, you have to.
There's other ways to open a business. It just
Yeah,
depends on
yeah.
what business you're doing. You can do an online business. You can do a transportation business. I don't know, whatever business it is, you can do it pretty easily. In today's society, everything is pretty easy to access, right? But going back to college, you need to sign up for your FAFSA because that helps you get money from the government so that you can have a better way to pay off your stuff, right? I couldn't get it because obviously FAFSA is fucking stupid as fuck, and so I had to pay out of my own pocket for my classes, which is fucking a shit ton. But I'm paying it off still. But it's still stupid because FAFSA never came back in for it. But the thing is for that reason too is that you do not want to pay out of pocket for every single class you're going into for college, or take out loans.
Here's the other thing. A lot of my relatives, such as not like relatives, but like a lot of my aunts, a lot of my the hell was that?
I'm tired, but what up?
A lot of my relatives, a lot of my aunts, and people that I truly know of, like especially the women, you know. What I know is that they went to college, they didn't like they dropped out of college, they got married, blah blah like that, or some didn't even go to college, and they have fine looking jobs, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking like, how are you guys getting your job? But you're not going to college.
Move up. So you start at a basic job like Walmart or Target or some shit like that. You apply to another job after like a couple months or a year. They'll look at your club that you have like commuters, like you have customer service or some shit. You move up to another better paying job.
Like, what job exactly do they even like?
That you like? Walmart for sure. Target for sure, cause that's community.
No, like,
that's
like, okay, my aunt basically she works in like this closing company, and supposedly what I know is that she dropped out of college because you know she got married and had kids right when she dropped out of college. She works at this company that supposedly pays her like $25-$30 an hour.
That's pretty decent actually. It's pretty decent.
Really good pay, and she even gets paid even like when she was on her leave because she was pregnant. She even gets paid even on those days when she was like on her paternity leave.
Oh no, because that's because that's the company's. So company's policy is if you're on paternity leave, you're gonna get paid for that even
Yeah,
though.
what I'm saying is that what kind of job is she working as someone who doesn't even go to like who didn't even have a degree in anything?
She probably had shitty jobs when she was younger, probably.
Yeah, I know that, but like, what the fuck? I get it that they work in the company, probably like working behind desk and just like doing butch baby work. You know, I'm pretty sure it's like labor work kind of, but they're getting paid like $25 to $30 an hour.
But like I'm saying again, you listen. No, listen.
Yes.
Listen again. You have to start off at a shitty job and move up. You're not just gonna land a job just like that without no experience.
All I'm saying is that what jobs accept you without a specific learning degree or certificate to even get the job that pays you $30 an hour.
A lot of jobs actually. A lot of jobs in today's world. Today's society. Some of them you don't need a degree, but you do need skills.
Like a lot of history background.
Yeah, like a lot of skills or a lot of work history, right?
Yeah, I know that. I definitely know that. But all I'm saying is that, especially where I live, where there's barely like any job that you are qualified without, you know, specific.
No, Minnesota has a lot of jobs. You just gotta keep looking. There's a lot of jobs in Minnesota. You know how big Minnesota is?
Yeah, I know how big Minnesota is. It's St. Paul that is. But as for everything else in Minnesota, that's just land. Just land.
Yeah, true. But no, Minneapolis is a big city. You have fucking. Okay, but here's the thing I'm saying. You have to move up. You have to start up at a shitty job. Okay, look. And here's the thing. Okay. Shitty job.
I'm gonna work at just like an average job and work my way up. Obviously, I'm gonna be fine if I just work like what they're doing, you know, like work every single day, like a 9 to 5 and stuff like that, which I'm fine with. But all I'm saying is that I don't want to kind of waste all my stress and stuff like that on learning something to the point where like I still have to do that shitty job even after I graduate.
But
Just
here,
so that I can get that job.
but here's the reality of life, and I'll tell you this straight up. You're not gonna like your job, no matter what.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. I know that damn well. Like,
And so,
50% of people they hate their job.
yeah, and a 9 to 5 is what 90% of this whole population of this whole universe or this whole planet does. Okay, 10% has their own business, 10% has family, income, whatever the
That's
case, right?
Kind of like what you have left.
Yeah.
Unless you go back to like school to learn more and get like a better job. But what I'm saying is that
Even if you have a better job, you're still working a 9 to 5. You're still having a job, right?
you mean a career.
Career is still equals a job. You put in
A job is just something like a 9 to 5. A career is something that you work for to get. That
yeah, but it's still okay. I'm gonna keep arguing with you about this, but
people actually have made the difference between a job and a career.
no.
A job is like a 9 to 5 where you just work and get the money. A career is something that you work towards you with passion and not passion necessarily.
Yeah, well, that's not. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like people.
I get a career is what you work for, but after your career that you work for, you still land a better job. That's it.
And that's a job.
That's still a job. Okay. A career is not a, okay. A career is a goal. A job is what brings in the money, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
What I'm saying is that no matter the outcome, you still have to have a job, right?
Yeah, I know that. But what I'm saying is that I don't want to kind of waste 2 years of my life just kind of end up having to start from somewhere that I didn't want to start in the first place, just to work all the way back up. Because I'd rather start that now and kind of work up there than to have a 2 year job, like not 2 years, to have a 2 year learning, and then build again another 5 years to get to where.
But why don't you do both at the same time, like I am doing?
What I'm saying is that I'm fine with doing both, but thing is that even after I graduate, it's still gonna be the same thing. Because you can work from the bottom to the top, but then after you learn, you still have to do the from bottom to the top.
But here's the thing. When you get a degree, you don't start from the very, very, very bottom. You're still at the bottom, but you're a little bit higher than the very bottom. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but you're still like kind of looking for a job, and even as for the time that you're looking for a job that you only wanted and worked so hard for, you're still working a shitty job.
Yeah, but then once you land the job that you went to school for, then obviously it pays more. See, that's what I'm trying to get at. Is that
what I'm saying is that majority of graduates, like over 50% of graduates, who actually graduate
don't land it.
that they chose.
They don't land the job. Yes, I understand. I know that. And that's just reality of life.
Yeah, I know, which is why I hate it. Because
that's just reality.
You don't have to graduate, you don't get a job, you don't look happy, you're gonna get married, you have kids.
Nope.
No, that ain't it.
There's a whole like.
Work your butt off. It could be like a whole year after graduating before you get that.
Yeah, you just work. You do. Okay, our life is the same cycle. You're born. You go 18 years of school. You get out of school. You get to choose if you want to go to college or not. You work your whole life until you're 65. You're retired with whatever money you put in your retirement.
Yep.
You live for maybe 15.
15, like 10 years depending on how your life is.
10 to 15 years at most. You pass away, and that's it. That's your life.
Yep.
That's literally your life. Like, you don't.
Born rich, unless you're born
if you're born in a wealthy
family,
family,
like the easy stairs up,
yeah,
you know?
you get if you're born to like a wealthy family. I call it so wealthy and rich is two different things. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
If you're born in a wealthy family, obviously,
you get easy stairs.
yeah,
you don't get to like crawl like everybody.
You don't need to. You don't really need to put the effort in, right?
Yeah.
But having generational wealth is very hard to have. Very, very hard.
Very hard to build, very hard to have, very rare to be born in.
Very hard to maintain too.
Yeah, and so for the lifestyle that you just said so far, if you were to be born into a wealthy family, you kind of get the stepping stool, meaning that for 14, 18 years that you go to school. After that, once again, if you don't want to go to college, you still have like a wealthy hand landed to you, you know, so you don't need to go to college. You just be like, here you go, here's my land, take care of it. Here's my money, take care of it, and you can just continue on with your life. That's it.
But college
You
just,
know, or if you
like I
work,
said, college just opens doors for you. That's it. It's not mainly that you're gonna be successful for a minute. It just opens up doors.
if you're born wealthy, then obviously you're already gonna know what's up because once again, you're born with knowledge of parents, so they're gonna be like, oh yeah, here's how you do it. You don't need to go to college because I can just give it to you. You know, I'm not gonna give you knowledge, but I'm gonna give you. Well, I'm gonna give you knowledge, but I'm not gonna give you open doors. What are you watching? I can see in your glasses.
Fishes. I'm fishing. I'm not watching anything. I already told you before, but I don't know. Like I told you, my perspective of college is it's not necessarily, but if you do go, it just opens up more doors for you. That's it. People live okay life without going to college. I'm not saying they're like the happiest. Well, some people who don't go to college, they end up like doing other stuff to make money, like building a business or promoting themselves or becoming influencer, some other bullshit, blah 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 blah, right? But that's because our society has created so many different ways of living your life, like living a successful, whatever you call successful in life, right?
They broke the what is it?
American dream.
Huh?
The American dream.
Yeah, well, I guess you could say they broke the traditions of going to college as the way to be successful. They broke that tradition.
Yeah.
Because everybody's always been told, oh, if you go to college, you be successful, you get the life that you want, blah, blah.
You know how
They
many
broke
kids
that.
want to be a YouTuber or like a gamer or like whatever the fuck?
Back in 2019, yeah, everybody was like on YouTube. They
Yeah.
were on
TikToker.
TikTok. Like
Like when fucking stupid ass Charlie D'Amelio, whatever her fucking name is, became a TikToker, blew up. Everybody want to become a stupid ass TikToker. Now there's some cringy ass fucking things in fucking TikTok.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I don't have TikTok. It's so fucking cringy.
Bruh, and when Mr. Beast was like telling him,
Yeah, when Mr. Beast
like,
became
when he was like
huge.
making so much videos and making so much money, everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna be a YouTuber, I'm gonna do this. When he legit told him that, yeah, it's not gonna be easy when you start out, but people still want to do it.
Yeah, like for me, my YouTuber that I watched was PewDiePie. And you know what PewDiePie does? He just does vlogs now. He doesn't play games because he has a whole family now, so he doesn't really need it. But that's the reason why I said like today's world has evolutionized so many different things in order for a person to become successful, right? And successful for people can be different things. Either you have a lot of money, you're famous, or whatever bullshit you wanted, right? But everybody's definition of successful is different.
Very.
Like for me, is as long as I am happy, I am healthy, and I have somewhat money in my bank account, then I'm fine. That's my successful, right? Because if a person has $1 million, but they're not healthy and they're sick, what's the fucking point? You're gonna fucking die with that $1 million
Okay.
down the drain.
Okay. But fuck all that. I'm gonna go back to talking. Okay. So let's say if I go to college for 2 years.
Fishy.
I know that I'm still gonna do like math and English classes, which I obviously don't want to.
No, not necessarily.
But what do you mean?
Depending on what school you go to, like my school, you have a whole you have a set list
Because
of
look,
classes.
I understand what you're trying to say, but all I'm saying is that it's still a requirement to even get like a social degree or a bachelor's degree. It's still a requirement, is it not?
It's not a requirement if that degree does not require it. Okay.
Isn't it count as credits? Like the credit required credits?
No, so like I keep telling you again,
Because that's what university requires for you to graduate.
that's how they
Like,
get
it
money.
requires specific credits of a specific class.
Again, and I will repeat it again. Only some colleges do that. So in WTC, okay, the college I go to, you might take English class, you might take a math class, but
Hell no.
but like
Sorry.
they're not like other colleges where you have to have fillers classes, right? I call them fillers because They're not necessarily classes that are required, but you need credits. That's it, right?
Yeah.
But in WTC, they have a whole list of classes and like set semesters of classes that you can take to stay on the right path. You're not gonna go, oh, I need this class, or I need this class. I might need this class, right? You're not thinking I might need this, or I might need this class, or I might need this thingy, right? For NWCC, you have a set like classes. You have the set semester. Everything is already preset for you. You just gotta sign up for those classes and you're good to go, right? Where other schools is like, oh, I might need this for credits. I might need this for something else, right? Whereas a bunch of bullshit because now you're just wasting more money to go in that school, right? I'm saying MWTC is not gonna waste your time. You get in, it tells you what classes you should take, what classes you should sign up for. You sign up for those, you finish it, and if you're on the right track, you should finish it up in 2 years for AS, or 1 year for a certificate, or 6 months for a certificate, right? And that's why NDWC is pretty decent. When I went to college in fucking California, it was total dipshit. Because when I went to California, there's no set classes, and there's no set path that you can go into, right? Even if you declare what degree you want into, like I declared as a mechanical engineering, right? And so it just tells you, oh, you need this math, you need this English, you need this whatever, right? And it's not clear. In WTC, it's clear. Like everything in it is just simple, right? That's why I'm saying it's pretty decent, right?
When I was doing the academy, I wanted to go to architecture, which it's just kind of like arts, I guess you could say. So it doesn't necessarily need like math or stuff like that. I was given a history class for no reason.
That's because it's just a filler. It's for credits only.
Like it's not like just a random history. It's an American U.S. history, so it's like a needed credit.
Yeah, because you need more credits. That's it. You probably have the set classes already. You just need more credits.
Just think, like they didn't tell me that, oh, this is the main class that you need because it's required for you to get like an architectural like degree. They didn't tell me that. They just said, oh,